Hi, pile number three. Welcome to your reading. So, in today's reading, in case if you missed the introduction, we are talking about what timeline are you jumping into? And we will see before that happens what signs are you seeing that will let you know that yes, there is something, a shift is happening. What energies will you feel around yourself? To indicate that yes, again, a shift is happening, and ultimately what areas of your life will be impacted by this particular shift in timelines. Then we will move on to seeing what lessons or what karmas have has your soul integrated into this timeline, into this lifetime, whatever you have lived until now. And because of this very integration, this shift has been initiated. So always remember, it's not about something from the outside, but something from the inside. When that changes, that's when these kind of heavy, big shifts happen. And finally, the third area we'll see that once you shift into this newer timeline, what blessings await you in this newer timeline. So, what will start happening when you experience this newer timeline of yours? All right. So, I am so excited about this reading. So again, if you missed the intro, I did provide like a introduction, brief summary of what timeline hopping means. So essentially, your soul in this lifetime decides to take a particular path based on the lessons it wants to learn. And if we learn those lessons and the soul puts like a check mark against that item of the lesson, essentially the soul can opt to choose a different timeline, a different path from the one that you were supposed to walk, because you've kind of, you are those fancy advanced kids that who complete classes like even before they're in that grade. So because of that, because that happens, the soul can sometimes decide that no, we don't need to walk on path A because the lessons have already been integrated, we are done. So let's kind of switch gears and move to a different path. So that is a timeline shift. It happens because the integration of the lessons has already happened, right? So that's like a very, very brief summary of what a timeline shift in simple terms would be. So in this reading, we're going to see that. So this is the tarot deck that you chose. I will keep this on the side. We're going to use it to get additional information and any other messages that Spirit wants to give us. So I'll keep this to the side. And the card that you chose was the number 21, Jizo Badastu. I mean, just looking at this card made me so peaceful. And when I kind of, looked deeper, I felt that maybe some of you have been having dreams of small kids. That's another sign for you. That if you've been seeing little children in your dreams, like babies or small kids, younger than like 10 years old, I would say. So that's another sign for you. If you've been seeing a lot of feathers, that would be another sign for you. And essentially, this is the Jizo Butastu. He is the savior of our souls. Essentially, that's what this is one of the various Buddha incarnations. So, because in Buddhism we believe that everyone has the capacity to become the Buddha. The Buddha essentially means enlightenment, being a Bodhi, being in that enlightened state. So he is one of the Bodhis. So he's again, and essentially he stands for fortune, happiness, prosperity, Bodhi, and a washing away of past transgressions. So he is there in this world to save all beings in this particular lifetime. You, pile number three, are the people who are like the altruists of altruists, the philanthropes of altruists, if that makes sense. You will jump to any, you'll jump the gun essentially just to help people. And it does not matter whether they are connected with you, they are not connected with you, it does not matter. If someone needs help, you are there. And you try to do your best, you try to help in whichever shape or form. So that is why you selected this card, because essentially the essence of the Jizo Budastu is that helping nature, because he is here to save us all in a way, right? So you embody this beautiful Buddha energy in you, and because of your karmas that you are kind of balancing out, You are moving towards enlightenment, and this is what the first message for you is. Wow. And he's holding the Chintamani gem, because in this we are in the Kali Yuga, so yeah, there are a lot of chintas around us. So I have divided your reading into like 3 sections. Like I said, we are going to see what signs, you're going to see what energies you are in, and essentially these 3 cards will let us know like what areas of your life are being affected, body, mind, spirit, that complex. Then these next few cards are going to let us know like what lessons has your soul integrated, because of which this timeline shift is happening. And finally, this will be like the blessings which are waiting for you once when you move into this particular timeline shift. All right, so I will keep these cards on a corner. We will start with first, what signs are you going to see once when you start, when you start movement into this new timeline. Some of you, because seeing like, you are, again, this is like the spiritual pile of my, group of readers, listeners. So maybe you are on your way towards enlightenment and you are like advanced in your path. So because of that, pile number 3, what I will say that let's see what signs and synchronicities you're seeing. And I'm sure that you will be well on your way. The number 3, it says, I am charismatic. You might be seeing number 3, you might be seeing 1 2 or 1 2 1 2 2 1, any combination that kind of makes the number 3. So if you're seeing number 3s, this is definitely a confirmation for you that yes, this has already started. Expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversations and creative pursuits. You are able to get others on board with your idea. So pile number 3, oh my God, your pile is also 3. So already you are seeing, you're already in that shift at this point in time. You are in this shift right now. So if 1 is, looking at the number 3. And second, you are very creative. If you recently started a new pursuit, which you had kind of left off and you were like, no, I don't want to do it. You've come back to that. That is another sign when you are again getting into doing things which you really love doing. Your creative pursuits, the way you express yourself. Maybe you are a writer, maybe you are a publisher, maybe you are a project manager who's kind of trying to build up the team. Maybe you are a homemaker where you're trying to build healthy relationships among your family members, because of the way you speak, because of the way you talk, because of the way you express yourself. So if any of this, if you are in that energy, which I most certainly believe you will be, you are essentially transiting into this newer timeline. Let's see what energies are around you. Success. Wow, success. This is the sacral chakra as well. You are embodying who you truly are. You are not afraid to show yourself because someone else has preconceived notions about you. You are true to your being. You are shining your light because that is who you are. So success, you are guaranteed success. You are feeling that success happening. And again, success does not necessarily mean that in addition to like the normal, materialistic terms in which we mold success in is like, oh, maybe you got that project, maybe you got that bonus, maybe you got that money. Now, it's additional to materialistic things. Success can also mean you are looking at the world in a much more different light. You have understanding of deeper esoteric concepts. You have you are enjoying reading things with which you never enjoyed reading, like spiritual work. Maybe you are kind of getting involved in reading more and more about the ancient scriptures. It can be anything. It can be Indian, it can be Greek, it can be any ancient knowledge. You are being attracted towards that and you started kind of going towards that direction. So that is also success, because see, ultimately what do we need? We need enlightenment, and you are into that phase. So empathy, yes, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Again, you might in recent times there might have been situations wherein you could have been triggered, but you were not, because you empathized and you saw the other's point of view. That is another sign to indicate that you've already started moving in this newer timeline. Wow. You are empathetic. Now even you are becoming more empathetic. Let's see what areas are being affected. People, the loving woman, you are embodying this energy. Pile number 3. Again, woman does not necessarily mean gender, but it means the divine feminine. You are embodying the divine feminine energy. Pile number 3. You are becoming that creative, nurturing, affectionate, caring person that you always have been, but now you are kind of embodying it in fullness. Why? Remember I said that you are embodying your true essence. Your soul is shining through now, and everyone can notice that shine. Everyone is seeing that shine. Everyone is feeling the light of your presence. Wow. Pile number 3. Intention, taking steps. You are moving towards your enlightened, your golden gate, your golden palace. And do you see all this shiny stuff right here? See, you are in this particular ethereal energy. That's what I'm feeling. You are in this very ethereal energy, and anyone who's coming in contact with you is kind of is touched by that energy. So when people are coming to you and they're saying like, oh, I really like talking to you. Oh, you are so positive. I feel that, if I tell you something, I'll definitely find a solution. Or I just want to talk to you because you listen to it without any judgment. So if you've been hearing those kind of compliments and those kind of talks around you, definitely pile number 3, that is indicating that you definitely are already in that, energy. And spirit, can you imagine your higher self? You've already, wow, I mean, like, I'm speechless. Do you see all 3 divine feminine aspects? Pile number 3, you have embodied your higher self. Congratulations. Congratulations. You have embodied your higher self. You have become who you were meant to be. You are now, it's just like you are just enhancing that. Look, you got people, you got spirit, and you got intention. This talks about your soul, this talks about your consciousness, and this talks about your materialistic body. You are integrating everything, and you are becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Pile number 3. Oh my God. Wow. I want to arrange these cards like that so I can keep them. Pile number 3, I mean, like, we can stop the reading right now. I don't need to go ahead and kind of continue with it, because I mean, like, there's no point in telling you stuff because you already know it. You already know it. So anyways, let's kind of, okay, there. So let's kind of, we can shift this a little bit over here so that the cards don't overlap. That is why you were drawn to the Jizo Buddhastu card. Because that is who he embodies. That's the energy he embodies. He washing away of transgression is one of his blessings. So I think there was something extremely difficult and karmic which was in your life, which you have kind of overcome. You've broken that pattern, right? So for pile number 3, Spirit, if we can find anything else, any additional information that you want to let us know. For pile number 3. See, so you got the 7 of coins. You have developed the virtue of patience. These are holographic cards, I think, so they definitely, you see the coins moving? Yeah. Wow. You have developed the virtue of patience, pile number 1, maybe pile number 3, sorry. I think that was one of the learnings that you were supposed to, do. Complete. You got the King of Pentacles. Yes. Wow. You are definitely moving into something much, much bigger. You are building foundations for yourself. You are building things, materialistic things, because the sacral chakra is here, which is like the lower chakras, as we call them. But doesn't mean that they are lower in energy or something. They are just like on the lower part of the body. So yes, King of Pentacles, Seven of Coins. You develop the virtue of patience, and because of this, you are building something which is so great for yourself. Page of Pentacles. Pile number 3, I think mostly it's something about materialistic needs which you felt were not being fulfilled. You have overcome that. Now look at the flowers, the way they're moving. Do you see them? Yeah. So, Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. This is, I think, the patience was one of your virtues which you were trying to work on, and this is telling me between the Seven of Coins and the Page of Coins that you have developed that virtue, and because of this, you are building something much bigger than yourself, which you thought you could not do. Nine of Coins. Wow. You are pile number 3. This is about your finances. Look, we've just got the coins card. And I did shuffle the deck in front of you. Right? This is Nine of Coins. This is like the entrepreneur. You are going to be so financially blessed. If you have been feeling any sort of financial pinch, if you've been feeling like my finances are not going the way I want them to go, pile number 3, this is an indication, this is a confirmation that yes, in this newer timeline that you are moving into, finances won't even be an issue for you anymore. You'll be like, yeah, of course, that has to happen. You got the Empress. Oh my God. The most abundant card in the entire tarot. Again, the feminine is coming out extremely strongly, pile number 3 in your reading. You have fully embodied the divine feminine. Because of that, see, all this wealth, the Empress is like the queen of the queens, So she's like the most abundant, the most beautiful, the most, giving, the most nurturing, the most loving. Just put the most in front of all the positive verbs you can think of. That is the Empress. And you are embodying that energy. Nine of combination with the Nine of Pentacles. This is telling me that you are in that energy. Finances, material success is like a thing of the past now. There is you can manifest any material success, and you will. In this newer timeline, you won't even have to actively think about manifesting material success. It'll just happen by itself. And the last card you got was the Seven of Swords. You are not bothered by the treachery of other people. Remember, as human beings, we are surrounded by all different types of people, right? And we cannot change any of them. However, this card, with all these cards, is telling me that you are at that point in time. Look, we started with the 7 and ended with the 7. The number 7 essentially is a very, very spiritual number. Pile number 3. It's a very, very spiritual number. It says, it's kind of letting you know that you're on the right path. So now you're not even worried about people who are around you. Pile number 3. They don't bother you. They are the way they are. They will always remain the way they are, because those are their karmas which they have to kind of balance out. Now you're not bothered about trying to change people. You are there to help anyone. Whenever anyone needs help, you definitely will help them, irrespective, regardless of whether they are clever people, whether they are like, silly people, whether they are nice people. You've kind of removed the labels in front of the people, and you are helping them just because you recognize the soul that resides in that human body. That is who you've become. That is why you got the Empress. That is why the loving woman, your higher self, and taking steps. You have integrated so much of your higher self into you that now you are not looking at people per se as people, but as souls. That's what's happening for you. Pile number 3. Wow. Okay, we'll put the cards, we'll shuffle them again. So now let's see what lessons has your soul integrated, because that's why it's moving into this timeline shift. Sulfur. Sulfur is used in a lot of alchemical processes. Alchemy means what? Turning a grain of sand into gold. And alchemy is not external, mostly it's internal. we are the grain of sand, and by combining our grain, which is our human consciousness, with gold meaning what? Gold is like the ultimate. It's like the one consciousness. You are becoming a master manifester, wherein you are not in terms of material wealth. That's a thing of the past for you. Like I said, you are alchemizing your consciousness, your individual consciousness, and you are combining it with the universal consciousness. Sulfur is one of the main elements that is used in alchemical processes. You are alchemizing your soul, your spirit. That is why you got the higher self taking steps. Yes, this is the intention that is going to happen. You've already done that. The intention was, let me take steps so that I can identify, I can, find myself. You are embodying yourself truly. That's why the higher self came through. Wow. Let's keep it right here. And you got 2 cards. Oh, you got 3 cards. My God. Your soul has integrated a lot of lessons. Pile number 3. So let's look at the first one. It says, splitting apart. Do you see the feather? Remember I told you, you'll see a lot of feathers. Splitting apart. Impermanence, collapse, deterioration, separation, let go, surrender, eliminate the old death. This is what your soul has integrated. So, impermanence, collapse, deterioration, separation, let go. Splitting apart. Essentially, remember I told you when I looked at the sulfur card that you are integrating your soul into your one consciousness. You are integrating your consciousness into the one consciousness. So you have kind of overcome this illusion that Maya, or Maya is like the illusion. Yeah, she is the illusion essentially. So you are overcoming the illusion that has been set in front of you, which gives this sense of separation. So remember I said, now you don't look at people, but you look at them as souls. So that is what your soul has integrated. That is the first thing that it is already integrated. That's why you're moving into the newer timeline. The second thing, development, gradual progress. Remember taking steps, we got this card. It says gradual progress, continuity, slowly but surely, adaptability, a time-honored approach. You got the 7 of Pentacles and you got the Page of Pentacles, and I said you've developed the virtue of patience. Initially, you wanted things to be done very quickly. Let me do it quickly. Why? Why is it taking time? Your soul integrated the lesson of patience because maybe you were put in situations that needed a lot of patience. So that is the second virtue which your soul integrated. The first one was the feeling of, the splitting apart, being unified. That's the first. The second would be development for you, in which you are kind of developing the virtue of patience, which you've integrated in your soul. So now you won't be in a hurry for anything. And the third thing that your soul has integrated is the marrying maiden. A compromising situation, subordination, succumbing to seduction, manipulation, low self-esteem. Now you are looking at the person not as a person but as a soul. And once that happens, suddenly these chains, they are like bound to this human form, right? So now you're looking that beyond this human form, the human form is the chains which bind us. Because when we look at someone, we perceive something, and then we start judging them, and then we go down that rabbit hole. But instead, if you don't look at the person and you just look at the soul which is inside that person, you don't even care what the person looks like, you don't care what the person thinks like, you don't care what the person is saying, because you know that the soul is, that's not the soul. This person might be saying something bad or mean or whatever. That's the personality which has taken over. The pure soul is still there, and you are recognizing that. Because of that, you are not looking at external appearances anymore. You are more so looking at people for their soul. So you're talking soul to soul essentially. You are becoming one of those soul people. Wow. Then a tidy house, clarity and organization. Of course, you have cleaned up your house. House meaning yourself, your body, your consciousness, your mind, your way of thinking, your sanskaras, your vipassanas. Sanskaras are the impressions which the soul gets based on the experiences that we have. And vipassanas are the patterns which kind of deeply embed in our soul because of the repetition of the sanskaras, repetition of those experiences. So there are some deep patterns, habits which you have broken out of. You have cleaned up your house, meaning yourself, your body, your temple, your mind, your essentially it's the mind which needs cleansing, nothing else. And maybe you are focusing on your health also. You're drinking more water, you're drinking more juices, you're eating more fruit, you are cutting down on things that make you what you don't, what you should not eat. So consciously you're making an effort, you are cleaning your house inside out, so that you can become ready for the next timeline, the next higher vibration which you are going to download into the earth, because Gaia needs your help. That's what you've integrated. Pile number 3, I mean, like, wow. And you got, could it be a dragonfly? Again, do you see the spiral? Do you see the spiral coming over here? You have understood that life is all about, changes. Once we are done with this human incarnation, for example, we say, oh, we reach enlightenment. We reach the next density, which is the 4th density. We start all over again. Then we start from the lowest form, we move up to the highest, enlightenment stage of, 4th density. Once when we reach that, then we enter the 5th dimension's lowest, vibrational form, and then we move up. So that's how the spiral continues. Remember the fractal? A fractal is nothing but the way the universe functions. This is a fractal. And the dragonfly is very, very, it's very spiritual. And I see an elephant flying. I see this thing flying. Everything has essentially an eye. You are going to be present in multiple places at one time. I mean, you will be able to see a lot of things at one time. You look at a situation and you just kind of analyze that, not from your human perspective, I would say, but from the perspective of everyone else. Why? Because you are connecting soul to soul family. That's the name of the game for you. And finally it says alone in the world. Again, I might need to let me censor that. Alone in the world, number 6. You realize that each soul has its own path, own consciousness. Remember I said that you're not trying to change people anymore. When we got the 7 of swords card, the deception card, you're not trying to change people anymore, because you know that each one of us is alone in our journey, in our path. We can only have a supportive community around us which can help us, but we have to walk the path alone, and that is what your soul has mastered. You were, with this card, the Jizo Buddhastu card, this was like you were overdoing things when people didn't even need help. You were kind of smothering them at times. You were overstretching yourself just to help people. Now you'll stop doing that. Why? Because you know that each one has to walk their path alone. When someone needs you, you will be there. They will find you. You're not actively seeking out people to help, but people who need help will actively seek you out. That is the flip which is going to happen for you, pile number 3, when you change into this newer timeline. Wow. Are you powerful or what? And I will keep this card right here. Now on this side we will see what blessings are coming your way once when you shifted into this timeline. Challenge. Okay. The first card is challenge. Perception. Okay. Understood. And destiny. Pile number 3. In this newer timeline, your perception about things will be challenged for some time, because already you are at a very, very enlightened stage. So you will not be thrown off, but little things will always keep on happening around you, which will challenge your perception of how you see things in this world. Meaning, are you still looking at that entity, human vessel, as a soul? Are you looking at the situation only from your point of view, or from the point of view of everyone? Are you embodying your higher self? Are you taking smaller steps to move towards your integration? Are you the loving woman? Are you embodying that creative beautiful, nurturing energy. So whatever your soul has integrated, little challenges. I'm calling them little. Why do you see these drops are like so small and these birds are flying? So this, and there's just one cloud. So maybe like one thing, one or two small things keep on happening here and there, but you'll know how to handle them. Because in your destiny, do you see you got another monk? And he looks so much like him. Yeah, okay. The hair is not there. I think that's the only connection. But again, the destiny and the perception is telling me that it is your destiny. Look at the heart shining through. It is your destiny. Your heart has become open. Your third eye has become open. Essentially, your chakras are aligned at this point in time. So this won't even matter anymore. Challenges are not going to, you won't even take them as challenges. You'll be like, little stone, let me just kind of flick it away. That's how you're going to take it. And because it's your destiny, pile number 3, to help a lot of people become, realize the God, realize the source power, realize the one consciousness in them. That's what you're meant to be. That's what you'll continue doing in this newer timeline. Eagle, ancestral healing. Your ancestors are holding space for you to heal your past. Yes, in this newer timeline, if there have been certain ancestral wounds that you are still working through, those wounds will also be healed. They are waiting for you. See, your ancestors are at that higher timeline, at that higher vibration. So they're waiting for you there. And once when this jump has, I think it has already happened for, sorry, the phone got disconnected. So where was I? I said, yeah. So maybe I was talking about the destiny, that yes, it is in your destiny to help people. Then we moved on to the eagle card, wherein we said that ancestral healing is happening. So what I was saying, that since like the phone also needs to recharge after every particular time, maybe you've been feeling tired, that you need to rest and you're feeling low of energy. All those things are going to move away in this newer timeline, because your ancestors who are at a higher vibration are holding that space for you. All right, they are holding that space for you. Then the next card that you had got was the flamingo card. It says unity heart. You are being called to work on collective healing. This is what I was saying, pile number 3, from the very beginning. You selected this card because now you will start working towards collective healing. You're going to start reaching out to multiple people. Maybe you write a book, maybe you give lectures, maybe you do TED Talks, maybe you open a YouTube channel, like you start doing tarot readings, or you start doing you start talking about things that people want to hear. So all those things will happen for you when you jump into that timeline. If they've already started, it means you're already in that timeline. You're part of the collective healing now. Overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. Remember, I was talking about the little challenges, like the little stone in front of you. Yeah, so this is the stone and this is your sword. You'll be like flick and it's gone. You'll be overcoming obstacles very, very easily. Then it's like you won't even need to do much of an effort, by number 3. And it says number 7, the gift. Communication gift crystals. Because I felt you are working with Mother Gaia. So these are the elementals, the earth elementals. Essentially, these are energies that are part of the earth, but they have become so focused at one place that they have manifested as an entity. So essentially, earth entities, earth elementals are trying to help you. They will give you gifts. They will give you certain activations which will help you, download higher vibrational frequencies into the earth, because Mother Gaia needs all the help that we can give her, right? So you will also be doing healing work, but for the collective, based on the flamingo card, and for the earth as well. So you are becoming extremely high vibrational. Child wounded light attributes awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, open the learning path of forgiveness. Yes, this is the energy that you are embodying. Remember, I was saying this from the very beginning. You are going to start, and look, this is also orange, this is also orange. You're going to start helping people, heal people. You will look at people not as people, but vessels in which the soul is residing, and you will see how you can help the soul help those people. Their soul, you're going to connect with their soul so that they can help themselves, essentially. So you will be igniting the spark in so many people. Pile number 3. Wow, you are doing extremely, extremely high vibrational work, and this is amazing, pile number 3. And finally, you got miracle. Wow, I mean, like, what a card to end. Do you see the purple and the oranges from these two cards? You see? As if you've combined, you've taken the background of this and combined it into this. It says, and the number 33, which is the master number. And I think I want to read this to you. Let me see where the book is. I don't know where I've kept the book. Oh, there it is. I want to read the, and look, another 3. I didn't even realize. You know, you got the 3 and you got the 3. You got the number 33. Wow. I mean, like, what? This is extremely synchronous, you know. See, 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 4 is 12. All the areas of your life, 1 plus 2 is 3. Wow. So let me read the number 33. Then I will read the actual what the card says. Number 33 says, your selfless acts of service will elevate your spirit. I mean, like, wow. The number 3 traditionally holds a lot of spiritual meaning with connections to the Trinity in Christianity and the third eye in Buddhism. That is why the number 3 came out for you, pile number 3. And you are pile number 3, right? 33 is a strong call on the part of your angel guides to reconnect your physical life with the spiritual. This may end up being part of your journey to understanding your spiritual purpose. Since 33 often appears during times of crisis, its energies draw you to positive thinking and working towards change. At this time, you should pursue manifestation techniques. It says, serve others through volunteer work. Read past journals to understand how you have grown. Improve communication skills with mindful speech. And the number card, this is the frequency of the miracle. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source and therefore our belief that anything is possible. So pile number 3. I don't feel like drawing any tarot cards for you because I think that, again, tarot, I don't feel it's needed for you. Already you know what you have to do. And do you see the oranges and the purples in your reading? There are a lot of oranges and purples in your reading. So you already know where you're going. You know what you have to do. You are, even at this point in time, when even you are hearing the reading, you are already at a very, very high vibrational state. So I just want to, this will be just like a bonus. I want to say, Spirit, when is this going to happen? Or either it has already happened. Let's see. Because I feel this has already happened for a lot of you. So my question would be, when will this be complete? Like, when is you are already in transition, pile number 3. You are already in transition. So we want to see when will this transition end? And like, when will it complete? 2 months. By the end of the year, pile number 3, you will already be in this new energy. By the end of this year, or within 2 months, because these are timeless readings, you can watch them anytime. So within 2 months from now, pile number 3, this transition is complete. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is amazing. So that is all I had for you, pile number 3. I hope this resonated. And if it did, please give the reading a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. And great work. Please continue doing what you are doing. And we need more people like you. We need more souls like you. That's what I can say. All right. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye.